A variable is like a container in the computer's memory that allows us to store a value. We store that value with an assignment statement. The complete assignment statement consists of a name, equal sign, and a value we plan to store. Here are some of the rules for naming a variable. Variables can include letters. Variables can include an underscore. Variables can include numbers, but variables cannot start with a number. Also, variables cannot contain spaces or special characters. Let's go to PyCharm and create a module. Right-click, Python project, new Python file. A Python file is called a module, and the purpose is to organize our Python code. The convention for modules and variables are the same. It contains all lowercase letters. The name will be name underscore create underscore variables. Then enter. A good variable name is descriptive, so it should describe the value. Our first variable is name. The variables are case sensitive, so age with a capital E is different from age with a lowercase e. There are two ways to write a variable that has more than one word. Some people use camel case by writing a lowercase letter like is, followed by a capital letter for every subsequent word like male. This variable has two words called is male. The second way is separating all words with an underscore like full underscore name. I use both ways, but most of the times I use an underscore to separate the words. Personally, I believe an underscore improves readability. Another word to write for a variable is a constant, and constants have all capital letters like Pi. That's an indicator that the constant has a value that will not change. We also separate constants with an underscore if it has two words. I like math. Math was my favorite subject. Pi is a constant that has a value equal to 3.14. The equal sign is an assignment operator, and 3.14 is the value. A variable is initialized when a value is stored in it the first time. Let's create some variables like full name equal to Rex Allen Jones II. Is male equal to true with a capital T. Age equal to 34, and name equal to Rex. Did you notice how the quotes for name and full name are different? Name is located inside single quotes, and full name is located inside double quotes. Either way is okay. Let's print the values. Print name. Print age. Print is male. Print full name. And print Pi. Let's hover print. And the description says prints the values to a string. In other words, the value will show up in the console. Let's run. Yes. The console shows each value for name, age, is male, full name, and Pi. Name shows Rex. Age is 34. Is male, true. Full name, Rex Allen Jones II, and Pi is 3.14. If you want to, you can combine the variables. For example, Age can be combined to 34 by separating it with a comma after the variable name, age. And the value get placed after the value with the comma, and we put 34. Now, let's change the previous value to 43. If I print, do you have any idea what value will show up for age? Will it be 34 or 43? Let's run. The value that showed up for age is 43. 43 is the value because it was initialized to 34, but assigned a new value of 43. This is what we call overwriting the variable. The old value is gone and forgotten. That's it for naming and creating variables. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next session. In this session, we are going to work with some variables. When it comes to programming, we manage a lot of information. As a result, variables help us deal with that information because a variable is a memory location. I will use a short story with a few print statements to show you how we can handle and work with variables. Let's add maybe 3 print statements. Print, print, and print. Now, know what? Let me add some more. Print. It's better to have more than not enough print. And maybe that's enough. Okay, now I'm going to start with double quotes and also show you how it will print with double or single quotes. Hi, my name, and I hope my typing go good this time. Hope my name is Rex, and I am a software engineer. Uh-oh, it's not going good. Skill set includes, come on typing, includes programming, automation, and testing. 5 years as a functional tester and 10 years with automation. In the future, I hope to be a software engineer. I like it and don't plan to change. Let's run. We see the same story in the console. Hi, my name is Rex, and I'm a software engineer. Skill set includes programming, automation, and testing, 5 years as a functional tester, and 10 years with automation. In the future, I hope to be a software engineer. That's cool, but what if 100 more people wanted to introduce themselves using this program? For example, the name changed from Rex to John. To update this program, I can manually change Rex to John. However, that would take a lot of work because the name and title will probably change. Let me show you how working with variables can make this useful and easy. We can store the information inside a variable. One way is to hard code the value, and another way is to prompt for the value. Let's start with hard coding a value. Above the story, I will write name equals James. I'm storing James inside the name container, or we can say memory location. Next is title equal to software tester. I'll change it. Let's add some more values for years of experience. Functional years equals 10, and automation years equals, let's write 20. Now we replace the values in the story with a variable. Replace John with the variable name, but I have to end the print statement with double quotes before the name variable, then add a plus before name and after name, and then start back over with the print statement. The plus signs appends the name variable. Appending a variable is like attaching the variable. It's the same. Here is the process Python will get the value from the variable, then print the value. Replace software engineer with title. And I'm going to append with the plus sign. And I'm going to go ahead and just make this here double quotes also. Now, I'm going to also change 5 to functional years. Add the plus sign and the double quotes. And 10, change that to automation years. Add the plus symbol and the double quotes. And I cannot forget to put the plus before automation years. Also, title for the last part. And that's it. So now let's run. And we see the same story, but the values change. James, 10 years, 20 years. Software tester also changed. And let me go back and add a space right here before and. But we see how the values did not, there we go. Now, we see each value changed in the console. The nice part is a value can change all the time. We don't have to type in the name every single time, but only refer to the variable in the story. That's it. Now, let me show you how to prompt for a value by writing a few print statements. Print, what is your name? Now, I have to also add an input, but replace the hard-coded value James with input. And we see here it shows prompt, because this will prompt us for a value. Add another print statement, and that will be, what is your title? Change software tester to input. Functional years. I'm going to write a print statement and say, how many years of functional testing? I'll put that. And I'm going to copy this and put the same for automation, but just change functional to automation. If I hover input, we see the description says, read a string from the standard input. There will be a prompt, and I will enter a value. The value will get stored inside the variable. In the previous session, I showed how to overwrite a value. Let's modify and overwrite title by putting in adding a blank line and putting in title equals CTO. Now let me also put in the input for the functional and automation years of experience. Now let's run. What's your name? Joe Doe. What's your title? Scrum Master. Functional years, I'm going to put 12. 11.5 for automation. And here's the story. It reads, hi, my name is Joe Doe, and I am a Scrum Master. Skill set includes programming, automation, and testing. 12 years as a functional tester, and 11.5 years as automation, or with automation. In the future, I hope to be a CTO, Chief Technology Officer. That's it for working with variables. I want to show you how it's useful. And thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next session. Thanks. In this session, we're going to discuss comments and data types. A comment allows us to write notes in our program. A data type has a category for every value. For Python, we do not have to declare the data type. Let's start with comments. So far in our program, we have written Python code. We use comments to explain what our code should do and how we make our code work. A hashtag is an indicator that our program has a comment. There are 3 ways to write a comment: single line, multi-line, and docstring. The interpreter will ignore everything following the hashtag. This is a single line comment. We use single line comments to explain a code statement. A multi-line comment has multiple hashtags. Most of the times, we use multi-line comments to help our fellow programmers read the code and explain our code in more detail. The docstrings comments is different. We write the double quotes 6 times and a note after the 3rd double quote. A docstring comment is used to describe a module, function, or object. It's common practice to start a Python program file with a few lines of comments to describe the purpose of the file. When it comes to the data types, Python has 3 common data types. They are integer, float, and string. Integer is also known as int. Float is also known as a floating point number. And the string can be written as str. An integer is a value with a whole number. Floats are numbers with a decimal point. Strings are a series of characters surrounded by double quotes. They are surrounded by quotes so Python understands where the string starts and where the string stops. Strings are written with double quotes inside double quotes or single quotes. Since Python is a dynamically typed language, we can bypass writing the data type. However, if we want to be explicit, we can write the variable and data type. For example, the normal way of writing a variable is age equals 34. That's the convention. This is an int data type, but we can add a colon after the age, then write int. Recall int data types are whole numbers, so it can be written as temp equals -3. Negative values are also whole numbers. How about a floating point number? Price colon float equals 56.78. The conventional syntax is number equals -12.34. A string is written as the same way, but only use 3 letters. For example, full underscore name colon str equals Rex Jones II. This is double quotes, and single quotes are written like Nick underscore name equals single quotes James Jones. It's true that a single quote, it's true that a string is a series of characters. That means that it can be letters, numbers, and special characters. So we can also write a string like cost underscore of underscore product equal to, let's say, $74.99. This is also valid for a string, even though it includes numbers. Also, when it comes to a string, we can write blank string that's equal to quotes only. These are the three common data types: integers, floats, and the strings. However, we have more data types like Boolean types, sequence types, mapping type, set types, and binary types. Boolean is known as bool and only contains true and false values. For example, is male, colon, BOOL, true. The true and false values must begin with a capital letter. Let me show you how to print the data types. You know what? Let me do one more. Like, is displayed equals false. Just add one for true and false. And let me print some of these values to show you how it looks. For example, we have print temp, print, and I'm going to print the data type by writing type and the value inside the quotes. And I'm going to skip a line. Now let's try print, how about number? And print the data type for number by writing type, and inside the parenthesis we write number. And I'm going to skip a line. Next, I'm going to write print, how about is displayed? Let's do that one. And I'm going to write print type is displayed. Not male, but write displayed. Skip a line, and how about one more for the string, and that will be print nickname, and the type for nickname should be string. Know what? Let's run. We see the console shows each value with their data type. -3 is an int. 12.34 is a float. False is a Boolean, and James Jones is a string. That's it for comments and data types. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next session.